the end of the bulk of the install, and so hopefully from here on we can start polishing and cleaning up some of the alignments, just details on the splits and, some of our protection adjustments versus the different looks the defense is starting to give us. So just a lot of, little things to clean up, but, I think there's a lot of good players out here that are performing well, so excited about that.
How would you evaluate how Justin's done so far?
Oh, good. He's a lot more comfortable this year. Probably experimenting a little bit out here with some throws, being a little more aggressive and testing the limits of things. But, man, he's good. He's locked in, and, I'm real pleased with where he's at.
What have you seen out of Zion so far?
Real mature player, strong, really excited about both these rookie guards, Jamari as well. They're just both incredibly strong. The pocket is very firm in there, and they can get movement in the run game. Both as rookies, our defense does have some challenging line stunts, and so right now that's their biggest challenge is, the set patterns and recognizing when those things are coming and reacting to them. But, man, I think there's a lot of upside with both those guys.
Joe, with the rookie offensive lineman like Zion, what do you look for to see if he's ready or game ready and try to get sort of reassured?
Yeah, I think, practice like today, the scrimmage tomorrow, certainly in preseason games, I'm sure he'll get some reps. And you just want to see, like I talked about earlier, physically, I don't think there's any questions. And so it's just, recognizing stunts and working with the guys next to you and learning the combinations and so that maturity level that comes with just reps of playing next to guys and working with the guys next to you is where we're really hoping to see the growth.
How might he benefit working with Corey?
Oh, a ton. That guy is, as you guys all know, is, just such a savvy veteran and has so much knowledge and wisdom to share with those guys. So that's invaluable.
How's Spiller coming along?
Good. Today was our third padded practice, but we're still not really tackling yet. So I think with all the running backs, the story's yet to be told. But really like his route running and his gap instincts. Looks like he knows where to take the ball. And you can see his short area quickness and some elusiveness. And a real smart guy. I'm impressed with how he's picking up our third down protections, picking up some of these pressures. He had a really good one today. So I'm excited with where he's at, but I still think there's a lot to find out with all those runners.
What do you expect from tomorrow? What do you want to see?
Oh, just, it's I think the first time we'll be out here where we don't have a script going into practice. So, just guys getting in and out of the huddle and getting lined up correctly and playing fast. And, again, it won't be full tackle to the ground, so it's still not 100% football yet. But, that's the main thing is we're going to run more plays tomorrow than we do in a normal practice, and it's going to be unscripted. So they're going to have to they're still in the huddle listening to plays. It's not like they memorize the script, but there's a familiarity because they've reviewed the plays we're going to run in that practice. And so tomorrow will just be, more game-like as far as the operation's concerned. So just clean operation is going to be the biggest thing.
Are the guys looking forward to that after whatever it's been now?
Well, I'm sure a lot of them are. I'm sure some of them are, not as excited. Some of the guys that are a little more sore. But, no, I think everyone's excited for it. So, it'll be a fun night.
DeAndre Carter's gotten a lot of looks on offense. I think it's kind of surprising some people.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the impact that he's getting the team so far on offense and kind of how you've seen it being utilized this season.
Yeah, he's he really started showing up in OTAs last spring. You just saw a guy that had a lot of good instincts, route savvy, short area quickness, suddenness, exciting after the catch. Guy that the quarterbacks immediately, you could tell, started trusting, that they knew where he was going to be and what he was going to do and trusted him to get open. So, he's a guy that, I can definitely foresee a role on offense for. So, we'll define that more as we go on, but you can already start seeing what that's going to be forming.
Joe, what differences do you see in Brandon now as he goes to his second season?
Oh, I think, for all of us, your second year through, you've kind of got a pattern of how you do things. You're in your battle rhythm a little bit more than you were your first year. So, like all of us, just a little bit more comfort level. knowing how you're working with the people around you, and seems like he's enjoying himself a little more. But I thought he was doing great last year, so I can't say it's been a huge difference, but maybe just a little more, settled into the role.
What's your assessment of where the right tackle competition stands right now?
Oh, I think, I'll say this. I'm kind of happy with both those guys, and I think a little bit like I said about the running backs, the story's still to be told on that, but I'm really pleased with both of them right now, and we'll see how it falls out. I think the preseason games and, the practice against the Cowboys, and as we get more consistently in the pads here, that'll define itself a little bit more. But I think maybe Yogi Berra said our depth is deep, and I think I do feel really good about our depth up there.
Sounds like a Yogi quote.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, just with Trey, have you seen strides there?
For sure.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just confidence, more consistency, understanding, that you've got to come out every day and, be ready to go. And so I haven't seen, some of the dips maybe that we saw last year in his performance. So just a lot of consistency. I mean, he's a talented guy, and he's been playing more like what you'd expect from him so far in camp. So I just see more confidence and consistency.
And then the Rashaan Slater, Khalil Mack one-on-ones that have been happening, when you watch those back on tape, what sort of stood out to you about two big guys going at it?
They're both really good.
Yeah.
And Rashaan just always amazes me at, his ability to sit down on power, the flexibility that he has in his body to absorb, and transition from blocking a speed rush, and then that thing goes to power, and his ability to sit that down is really, he's so strong, but strong in a unique way. So it's I don't know, I look forward to turning those on every day.
For as good as Rashaan was last year, he said at OTAs he wasn't really happy with his film when he was going back and looking at that. What kind of differences in growth have you seen from him now compared to halfway or the end of last season?
That's a good question. I mean, those guys that are really good sometimes are so critical of themselves. We'll come out here and Justin will be throwing a route, to a receiver, and he's mad at the way he's throwing it, and they all look like A-pluses to me. So I think Rashawn's probably a little bit the same way. I thought he was damn good, but I'm sure he's looking for a consistency in how he sets, and an anticipation of kind of a game plan when the ball snapped, rather than just I'm blocking this guy. All right, how am I setting? What am I expecting from him? When I see this, I'm expecting this move from him. So just those, football 202 things that come from knowledge of the game and experience, and I'm sure he's working on all that stuff.
After 3 days in pads, how would you describe the physicality and intensity on offense, whether it's the one-on-ones or 11-on-11 periods?
Yeah, I think these guys have come out ready to go. Like I said, we're really strong inside on the O-line between Corey and Anchor, which is what they call Matt Filer. I don't know if everyone knows that, but I don't know. I just heard him saying it, and I adopted it. So, Filer and Corey and those two rookies and Hymus and Hunter, all those guys, Ryan Hunter, all those guys are strong. And you feel the line of scrimmage moving in the run game, and you feel a real sturdy pocket inside in the pass game. So I've been really pleased with the physicality. And I'll look at the film today, but it felt like we were rolling up front. So I'm excited about it.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
Sure thing. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Joe.
How you doing?
Isaiah, how's your first NFL training camp going?
It's going pretty good. Just learning a lot, soaking it in, and it's been great. Just getting better every day. So.
When we last talked to you, sort of mentioned, playing in Jimbo's offense, pro-style offense, might help with the transition. Have you noticed that, particularly with some of the third down protection stuff? Or
Yeah,
more complex stuff?
for sure. I mean, the offense is obviously more in depth than Jimbo's, but there's obviously helped me get off to a great start, and from then I'm just learning now. So getting more comfortable seeing nickel blitzes and Mike backer blitzes. So just getting more comfortable with that, and it's getting better every day. So
What's been the most enjoyable part of being in an NFL training camp?
The 3-day break, 3 days and then off. I've never experienced that. We usually go like 9 straight days, 1 day, and then you go 8 straight days. So it's very different from college, just being a professional every day, in and out, coming to work. So it's a blessing.
Anyone that you've particularly taken to kind of learn the ways?
Just Austin, JK, Larry, all those guys that's been here before me. Just soaking it up, being a soak, listening to what they have to say. So it's been great.
How's the competition been?
It's been fierce. Just every day coming out, have the right mindset, going against the linebackers, coming out here full pads. So it's been great. Been adjusting really well. So I like to keep going and getting better. So.
Isaiah, how different is the speed been for you?
It's been a little faster. But it's obviously the NFL. But nothing really too dramatic from the SEC. So I think I've been transitioning pretty well in my eyes.
Has it been easy to pick up the playbook for you?
Yeah, a little bit easier. Similar plays to my pro-style offense that Jimbo ran. So it was kind of easier to help me out. And also, Coach Foster helped me out a lot with the schemes and concepts. So, yeah, so.
How much has Austin been able to help you as far as learning the offense?
It's been pretty good. Just things you can hear when the quarterback's talking to just click in your head so you know what the play is. Just stuff like that, and he's just been a really good help to me. So.
That's good. Thanks, Isaiah.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Isaiah.
I mean, it's been going well. I've been learning a lot. My goal has been to get better every day. I feel like I've done that, and it's been good to build like a chemistry with the other offensive linemen, with our quarterback, with all the other guys on the offense, and I just look to get better every single day.
Is there any one thing that's kind of jumped out to you as maybe the biggest challenge as you make the adjustment from college?
I would say just the attention to detail at all times. In college sometimes you can, get away with being better than other people, but in the NFL you have to be detailed and specific and on everything at all times. And, that's something that's a bit of an adjustment, but I feel like I've been, kind of taking initiative in that adjustment and doing well with that.
Zion, has there been a moment at all during training camp where you realized, like, okay, yeah, I belong here? Like, has there been any moment where you've really felt that, like maybe the first one-on-one period or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm just out here playing football. It's definitely different from college to the NFL, like I said, but at the end of the day, I'm still an offensive lineman, and my job is still to block people. And, I'm glad to go out and do my job every day.
How much of your performance can you judge when you're not going in full pads, full speed?
Well, the way our coach kind of describes it to us is we want to work on, our hands, we want to work on our footwork, but, there is a little bit of difference when it comes to you don't have your pads on. Defenders can get away with certain things, but as an offensive lineman, there's certain things, like I said, like my hands and my footwork I can work on even in those days.
How valuable a resource has Corey been?
He's been very valuable. I mean, he's played a lot of football at a high level, and he's a guy that, I can bounce things off of, ask questions, and, he helps me become a better player. Him along with, Matt and Rashaan, and even Storm and Trey, all those guys who've, had some experience playing at a high level, they've helped me a lot.
Corey and Matt have been incredibly complimentary about you when we've spoken to them. Are those comments that you hear?
I mean, they try to help me the most they can, and at the end of the day, I'm still a rookie, but they've been awesome. They're open to any questions I have. They show me things to help with my technique, with learning the playbook, and I couldn't ask for better vets in our room.
Does their help and maybe their nice words in the media, does it give you any extra confidence as you go into a pretty big job?
Oh, absolutely. When you know someone who's very good at playing offensive line, says good things about you, it really does help your confidence.
One thing that Corey and Rashaan both said about you is that you're calm and confident. Where do those things come from for you when you're on the football field?
I mean, I think it comes from just my view of the game. I love playing football, and like I said, it's my job to go out and block people every day. What more could I ask for? So, I'm going to come out every day, try to get better, and have fun.
It's the calmness part of it.
Yeah.
A lot of rookies will come in, and it's just a lot to wrap your mind around. Why
Yeah.
do you feel like you've been able to stay calm despite, trying to learn a new offense
Yeah.
and transition, all of the things you have to do as a rookie?
My approach, like, I'm going to pick one thing, and I'm going to get better at that every day. If I want to work on my hands, my footwork, doing a certain thing in any given play, I pick that thing, I work on it each day, and it helps me, kind of focus on how I'm tracking how better I'm getting each day. So.
No pressure on you, Sean?
I mean, I don't. At the end of the day, I'm playing football, and I love the game, and I want to win. Right? I want to be here. I want to win games. So, I don't feel the pressure. There may be some, but at the end of the day, I'm just playing the game with my teammates.
Rashaan was so good last year. Do you feel any heightened expectations? People are going to expect you to perform the way he did?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, he's Rashaan Slater. I'm Zion Johnson. We're different people. We're good at different things, but I think I can play at a high level as well, and I'm going to do my best to be the best player I can be.
Have you talked to him much just in terms of what you expect?
Oh, yeah.
What has he told you?
I mean, he's talked to me a lot about game day, just, the feelings, the emotions, the hype behind it, and, he's another person who I kind of talk to and helps me, get little tips and things to stay calm, to really focus on my job, and he's just a great resource for me.
That's good. Thanks, Zion. With you and Jamari both being, kind of the new guys on the offensive line, learning, making that transition from college to the NFL, what has your relationship with him kind of evolved into through the early days of camp?
I mean, Jamari's awesome. I got to train with him at Exos. I was with him at the Combine, at the Senior Bowl. So, we kind of had a relationship already. But, we kind of have a thing where we watch film together, we work on our stuff together, and he's really a resource. Like I said, we're a resource to each other to get better and be the best players we can be. So.
Thanks, Zion.
Awesome.
Thank you, Zion. Appreciate it.